The California sun gleamed over the Santa Monica Pier, a place alive with laughter, music, and the sweet scent of cotton candy drifting through the breeze. Families strolled hand in hand, kids begged for rides, and couples leaned against the railing to watch the waves crash below. But away from the noise and smiles sat a young woman in a wheelchair, quietly watching the world go by. Her name was Marissa Hart, just 19, yet life had already tested her in ways few could imagine. A car accident had taken her ability to walk, but not her spirit. The pier was her escape. The Ferris wheel, the ocean air, the street musicians, all of it reminded her she was still alive. What she feared most wasn't her wheelchair. It was the way people looked at it before they looked at her. That day she promised herself something. No fear, no hiding. She was going to buy a lemonade, roll along the boardwalk, and simply feel normal again. But normal didn't last long. Across the pier, 3 young men spotted her. Loud, cocky, and full of swagger. One wore a floral shirt, tattoos crawling down his arms. The other 2 trailed behind, laughing too loudly. They noticed Marissa, and instead of walking by, they walked toward her. "Move," one of them sneered. The word hit harder than any punch. Before she could even react, his boot slammed into her wheelchair. The jolt nearly sent her tumbling sideways. Her hands shot out to steady herself as gasps rippled through the crowd. But no one stepped in. People just watched. Some turned away, and that silence hurt more than the cruelty itself. Then from somewhere down the pier came a low rumble. Engines. Deep, powerful, growing louder. Marissa turned, and her breath caught. A line of motorcycles rolled in from the street, chrome flashing under the sun. Dozens of bikers, leather jackets glinting, boots thudding on the wood. Men and women, young and old, moving as one. Their faces were calm, but their eyes were steel. The crowd fell silent. Even the bullies froze. The bikers parked their machines and walked forward in formation, a wall of unity and power. The leader, a tall man with a silver beard, stepped up until he was only a few feet away from the young men. He didn't shout. He didn't threaten. He just stared. And in that silence, the message was clear. You will not hurt her. The bullies stumbled back, mumbling excuses before hurrying away, their pride shrinking faster than their courage. The leader turned to Marissa, crouched to her level, and spoke softly. "You're safe now." Those 3 words broke through every wall she had built around her heart. Tears filled her eyes as the bikers gathered around, some resting hands on her shoulder, others smiling in quiet support. For the first time since the accident, she didn't feel invisible. She felt seen. The pier, moments ago filled with cruelty, now overflowed with compassion. Strangers began clapping. Children cheered. Even those who had stayed silent before now stepped forward, ashamed but inspired. That day, a group of bikers turned a moment of hate into a lesson the whole world would remember. In the days that followed, videos of the encounter spread online. Millions watched the moment when kindness stood tall against cruelty. Comments poured in. Stories of people who had been protected, and those who wished they had spoken up when someone needed them. Marissa's story became a symbol, a reminder that courage doesn't always roar. Sometimes it rides in quietly on 2 wheels. And before we end, I have one simple request. If you believe kindness should never stay silent, drop a comment below with the words "Kindness protects." Together, let's remind the world that compassion still exists, right here on Per Hub Kindness.